Hello everyone, welcome to Arting Around with Miss Brown, Home Edition, Episode 1. It is our second week of remote learning in our school district, so this week I thought I'd make some videos of ideas that kids could try at home, and also some ideas that if you don't have a lot of art supplies at home, things you can do. So I know most of our houses aren't stocked like the art room at school, so today's project you can make using basically anything. So what we're going to learn about today, that's Shirley. Hi, Shirley. What we're going to learn about today are mosaics. A mosaic is an artwork that is made out of small bits and pieces of something. It could be ceramic tile, glass, shells, those kinds of things, or it could just be little scraps of paper that you find. In history, they date back 4,000 years or more. They were used a lot in mosques and temples and churches through history. And here's a cool example of a mosaic I'll show you close up of Alexander the Great from Pompeii. And it looks pretty cool from far away, but then when you get in really close, you can really see all those little pieces that are used to make this image. Okay, some mosaics in our community that you've seen. Outside of the elementary library in Fillmore is the book tree, Busy Growing Readers. So that was made years ago. The handprints were made by the elementary students, and then the 5th and 6th graders made the books. And then the high school kids helped put it all together and install it on the wall. Thank you for taking the picture and sending it to me this morning, Mrs. Pastorius. Another place in our school that you probably have seen a mosaic is if you're in 7th and 8th grade in Mrs. Hannon's room, or if you're in varsity math. Last year she did a desk in her room with a mosaic. So this is all out of ceramic tiles. She broke up pieces of plates and china and then arranged them into the mosaic, glued them down, and then she covered it with resin so it has a nice smooth coat on it. Another place kind of close to our community, but not in Fillmore, is in Wellsville at the Creative Arts Center. So that's on the corner near the Texas Hot, and if you haven't been there before, it's really cool. It's a coffee shop and cafe, and then inside in the basement there are art studios, and a group of artists made this there. And you can see each different section was made by a different artist, and then it was displayed out at the side of the building. This is a picture from when I took some kids there a few years ago on a field trip. And a contemporary artist, I like to show you an artist of today after we look at ones through history. So I'm going to show you a really cool artist today named Jim Backwar. He is a mosaic artist, and what he does is he finds potholes in the street and he measures them, and then he goes to his studio and he makes mosaics, and then he fits them in there and fills in these pain-in-the-butt potholes with really cool mosaics. So here is one from his In the Market series, and this is titled Bouquet. And you can see all the little pieces of ceramic tile and how he fits it so it fits nicely to fill in that pothole. Here's another one from his Treats in the Street series, and this one is Strawberry Shortcake. So that series has all different like ice cream and dessert treats. And then from his Pretty Trash series is Ramen Noodles. You can see it's the chicken variety, and you can see there it is on the street. Okay, so now that we've looked at some mosaics, how do you mosaic? First, you have to gather some materials. So I have all sorts of stuff over here. I've got boxes from different treats, some wrappers from cans. I got the dog food bag, got some tin foil, newspaper, some toilet paper, some noodles, some scrap paper, Laverne and Shirley. I have pretty much just a variety of stuff from around the house. So I gathered all of those. After that, the next step is to sketch your design. So here's a little design of a flower that I sketched out. And then you're going to either cut or tear or break your pieces up. So that's what I did here. You can see I've got a good sampling of colors and different materials that I broke up into pieces. And then you're going to basically fill your design in with those pieces. So you need some kind of a glue or an adhesive. I've got Mod Podge right here, but you also could use Elmer's glue, craft glue, some clear tape, glue stick, really whatever you can find, and then you're gonna glue those pieces down. So what I'm gonna do, since I've got Mod Podge, is use a paintbrush because it's easier for me to do one-handed while I'm holding the camera at the same time. I'm just gonna paint an area in my background with Mod Podge, and if you go over your image, that's okay too. And then I'm gonna get little pieces of paper that I tore up, and you're simply gonna stick them into that background. So here is a little piece of paper. I'm gonna stick it on there. And then I like to paint over it with the glue too. That makes sure it sticks down really well. And then you're gonna put your next piece in. So I just grabbed that one with my paintbrush, stick it down, and then you keep filling it in until you get something that looks a little more like this, or like this. So this is one I made, and I used foil on the inside, and then the first heart with the black and white was a coloring sheet, and then I used some cut up paint sample things from Lowe's, and then the cardboard outside is a toilet paper roll. Here's one that I did with noodles and pasta. So for this one, Shirley, for this one, I needed to use the hot glue gun so that it would stick down a little bit better. So that's an option. And then this is one that I did for people that don't have glue at home right now. I just stuck it all down with this packing tape. So I've laid my pieces on my paper, put packing tape over it, and then I started using some little pieces of blue masking tape to fill in the heart in the center. So there's lots of cool things you can do with mosaics with just a variety of materials and garbage basically that you have in your house. So what do you do next? You can make your own mosaic. You can also check out the artist that I shared, Jim Backer. His website is backer.com. There's his Instagram. There's his Facebook. And a cool thing you could do is you could actually go on a virtual field trip. When I shared this artist with my students earlier this year, we noticed that on his website, he has the coordinates to where they're located. So if you go to Google Maps and do the street view, you can actually look them up. We found a couple of them. Lizzie and Haley, I think, were the kids that realized that was something you could do. So that was kind of neat. So have fun arting, and we'll see you back here for the next episode tomorrow. Bye.